Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony Johnson, and I am currently a senior in the Organizational Leadership Program, and my focus of studies is business. I am currently employed as a production supervisor in a manufacturing facility. We make utility poles for telecommunications, electricity, cellular services, as well as other services. What is diversity? Diversity is simply employing people with different characteristics. Diversity is simply employing people with different characteristics and backgrounds. This can be achieved through hiring policies which are free of discrimination. Building on diversity, inclusion is the act of actually creating a welcoming environment for the diverse workforce. This underrepresentation can only be changed when an organization values diversity at all levels of the organization. While I consider myself blessed to work at a company that the management and leadership team values diversity, one area that I see that needs to make improvements in manufacturing facilities is the inclusion of women. In many cases, women are hired by a leadership team that values diversity, but the value of women in the workplace is not valued at the shop floor level. Other hourly employees may not be as helpful to women as they are men that hire on as welders, machine operators, etc. This leads to many women having less job satisfaction and not being trained properly. They're eligible for less promotions and being at the lower end of the pay scale. This is consistent with what is documented in Factory Flaw, the attrition and retention of women in manufacturing. In Factory Flaw, it is noted that women are underrepresented in higher paying manufacturing sectors. Underrepresentation is even higher for minority women. This underrepresentation can only be changed when an organization values diversity at all levels of the organization. In understanding inclusion, it is stated that inclusion must be at the very center of diversity. This could not be more true. To gain the competitive advantage of diversity, the workplace must be inclusive. Hiring others from diverse backgrounds is not enough to tap into the potential of the workforce. The workforce must be welcoming to the differing perspectives, ideas, and experiences of those that differ from the masses. Next, we'll review some of the critical aspects of leading global change. Perhaps the most important aspect for leading global change is for the leader to have a high moral standard, holding themselves to a high standard and being a role model for the followers. A multicultural understanding allows the leader to know and respect different cultures and to lead more effectively. Having a participative style gets the employees involved. Also important is valuing employees and having individualized consideration. The leader must be visionary with a goal for the future and be able to inspire the followers to achieve that goal. The leader should challenge the individual to be the best version of themselves to achieve maximum output. Next, we'll review some of the barriers or challenges to global change. Some barriers or challenges to global change are pressures to produce profits, which may entice some leaders to compromise ethics, parochialism, seeing the world through one's own eyes and perspectives, simplification, the same orientation towards different cultural groups, ethnocentrism, regarding one's own group, culture, or nation as superior to others, stereotypes, whether positive or negative, backlash, discrimination, harassment, or blaming the victim. So, what is responsible global leadership? Responsible global leadership is leadership that is, first of all, ethical. To be responsible, the leader must consider the environmental and social impacts of decisions, not just the economic impacts. How to recognize an effective global leader. The most visible way to recognize the effectiveness of a leader is by profitability, but there are other factors that impact the overall effectiveness of a leader that are not as publicized. Included in these, but just as, and in most cases more important, are employee satisfaction, the impacts on the societies and the surrounding communities, and the environmental improvements that the leader promotes. Leadership. What makes it effective or ineffective? Some of the less effective leadership styles are authoritarian, the least effective, in which the focus of the leader is work-centered. Many of these leaders have Theory X leadership styles, in which the leader views the employees as essentially lazy and that the worker must be given strict guidelines on what tasks to perform and how to perform them. Paternalistic style, where work hard and the company will take care of you, is the thought process, works very well in some collectivist cultures, but may not be as effective in individualistic cultures. The most effective global leaders have a participative style in which they seek the employees' input and involvement. They have a servant leadership mentality in which they seek to serve the employees that follow them. And the most effective leadership style for global change is transformational leadership. Larry Page uses transformational leadership at Google. Here are just a few key points from his business philosophy. Dream big, achieve big. Important work will eventually change the world. Give respect, take respect. Don't abandon your dreams. You can see from Mr. Page's business philosophy that he challenges his employees and inspires innovation. There is even a reward program at Google for failed ideas. Leadership such as this can transform the employee as well as an organization.